Welcome back to McKillip Life. My name is Amber, and today will be our, I suppose, first official recipe in the new kitchen. We're gonna have to come up with a name for it because it's no longer the yellow kitchen. But I was watching Tasting History and I found an interesting recipe, and it's called, I honestly don't remember. It's tart of strawberries, but it's also like strawberry custard. I'll link the recipe below. But I am in a household where strawberry is one of the favorite fruits, so it seemed like an appropriate dessert for our family. And in the attempt to make it a little bit more calorie friendly, I am going to use a store-bought pie crust. So it's going to be a graham cracker crust. So we thought graham cracker would go well with a strawberry custard. And this is definitely less calories than making it by hand, because I wouldn't be surprised it's because the one you make by hand requires egg yolks as well as more butter. So this is going to be a substitute I'm making. And the other change for the recipe that I'll be doing is, the recipe is kind of odd. It wants you to blend your strawberries and then strain them. So in essence, you're just putting strawberry juice and a little bit of pulp into your tart. And I just feel like that's a big waste of all these strawberries I paid for. And it also makes it harder to figure out your calories because you're basically throwing away all the fiber. So on my version, I'm going to blend my strawberries but put all of it in, and we'll see how it turns out. And that'll be an experiment, because if you watch his recipe, you'll see the texture of his, and then we'll see how ours turns out. We can compare them. I know one of his comments was, when you only put the juice in, it turns out almost like strawberry candy because the flavor is so intense. So ours might be a little bit less intense, but I feel better about putting the whole strawberry in. So let me show you the ingredients. So the ingredients are very simple. We have 4 egg yolks, half a cup of sugar, half a cup of breadcrumbs. I'm using panko, and then 2 tablespoons of butter. The recipe also said you can just put softened butters and just crumble it into your custard. And according to the comments, that worked for some people and it didn't work for other people. They had like pools of oil and a weird texture. So I went ahead and melted mine, and I'm going to put that in that way. And then here is my 1 pound of strawberries whole, and I'm going to put them through the immersion blender now. And in essence, you blend this and then you mix everything else together and put it into your pie crust. So I have dinner in the oven right now, so I'm not going to go through all that steps yet. Once dinner's done, then I'll bring everything together. But I can immediately just go ahead and blend this up, blend up the strawberries. So it's one step closer to finishing it when dinner comes out of the oven. I am a little bit concerned that it's going to be too much for this pie crust. If that is true, then I'll just put some of the custard in individual ramekins next to the pie, the bigger pie in the oven, and it should be fine. That's what I do when I do pumpkin pies, and they always overflow. I have little miniature crustless pumpkin custards next to my big pie. Dinner's come out of the oven, so now I'm going to mix up the custard. So that was at 350, and we're going to let it go for 30 minutes. So the pie's been out of the oven for a little over half an hour. So I'm going to give it a taste test. Some jiggle. So it sorely lacks structure. And I don't know how taking the fiber out would have helped that. I think it would make it worse. for Keith.
Sure. Tastes like strawberries.
Tastes yummy. Just something needs to change for the structure.
Maybe chilled, it'll harden up.
It didn't say completely cool. This is slightly warm, so maybe. But
Definitely worth a try.
pumpkin pie can be eaten warm. It's not all mushy like this, is it?
You want to try some? Come see us.
I think the graham cracker crust really goes well.
Mm-hmm. You glad you didn't do it without a crust?
Yes. I'm gonna have to go back and read the recipe because his had structure and it also puffed up, so it didn't look the same as when he put it in the oven. And mine did not. But regardless, it's a tasty dessert.
Yes, it is.
So
try another one of Amber's recipes.
it's not my recipe.
This was your recipe. You made this your recipe.
The original recipe is linked in the description. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day and feel free to like and subscribe.